What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Off the Schneid. A little bit dejected. I don't know if you're coming over from Best Ball Jeopardy. That was depressing. Lost to Chris the Candyman. Shout out Candyman. He played a good game. He won. It was almost the comeback of the century. It was right there for the taking. Realistically, really, it was all there for me to be able to get that win. Not necessarily the last question. The bye week one, I should have gotten right. Forgot to put a zero back on, put it back to double digits, and then take it from there. But the Jacoby Myers one really kills me because that's the answer I had in my head, and then I changed it to T. Higgins like an idiot, and then ended up using T. Higgins in an answer later. But that's really depressing. That sucks. That could be what it ended up costing me, but it is what it is. That was really fun. Shout out to the FanSpeak Network. Shout out to Meg, Steve, Bruni, the whole team over there. It was really awesome, really fun for everybody. And best of luck to Candyman in the finals. So we're back. We're off the disabled list. We're streaming again. Not a lot to draft for me right now that I'm really looking to draft. Let's say what's up to the chat. We got Jeff T in here. Appreciate you popping in. Today's the day we build the BBM Canadian super team of Chase Brown, Chuba Hubbard, Josh Palmer, and Alec Iomanor. I'll celebrate this day like it's my birthday. Might as well throw Chase Claypool, like a gritty ass pick, and throw Chase Claypool in there, but probably won't be doing that tonight. We'll see. Sorry to break your heart. Lowell Simo's in here. What's up, man? We got Green Bean in here. We got Al Boogie. Appreciate you guys popping in and hanging out. So again, not a crazy amount left for me to draft. I do want to get some sprints in. There may be, I think there almost certainly will be some overlay. 40% filled. I think there'll be some overlay, but I want to get some of these in regardless. I'm at 21. So I would like to get to like 40. I'd really like to get to 50, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there. We'll see. But I do want to get some more sprints in. Tons of time for that. Not a huge concern. I'm not drafting the marathon. I'm not drafting the first quarter. I'm not drafting the pick six. Sounds like fun. They're fun tournaments, but just I'm not using the bankroll on those. I got to finish up my BBM. So big eliminator, I'm not doing. The big dog, I'm not doing. The flaw contests I'm not doing. There's just a ton of them, and there's no need for me. Like 3 entries, cool, but I just don't feel the need. And so basically it's just Best Ball Mania is all I'm drafting right now, which is fine because I need to get all the way there kind of a thing. So we're going to draft a Best Ball Mania. Let's jump right in. 20-second clock, getting in right now. Waiting on one. Maybe I'll get myself a little bit of EV over here in a Best Ball Mania. That'd be all right. Updated the Best Ball overlay over here. So shout out Best Ball overlay. I mean, it's pretty late in the season to get Best Ball overlay, but link is in the description. If you do want to go down that road, maybe next year, definitely. If you want to get into the BR streets, it sounds like they're going to have some BR stuff. I won't be utilizing. I don't make content during the NFL season. Maybe I'll have some pop-up shows here or there. Maybe with some guests or something where I'm not really drafting. I'm just shooting the shit, talking about where we're at in best ball season, talking about teams, things like that. Maybe DFS stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Eliminator stuff. We'll take it from there, but I don't make content during the season. So there's only a few more weeks for me to make content. And then, my child will be here momentarily. So there's that. Good day, OTS. Hope the family is good. Geez. Yes, family's doing great, man. Appreciate it. Just me on the mend. But other than that, baby and mom are doing very, very well. Countdown is on. That's for sure. But in the draft, we've got Hartman in the 4 spot over here. We got Losable in the 8. We got Nick Bocklage in the 11 spot. I'm not sure if these guys are all in the chat. I know Losamo's in the chat. I'd imagine Hartman's kicking around lurking. And Nick, I'm not sure if you're in the chat either. Shout out if you guys are. If not, just lurk and draft. Do your thing. Do what you got to do. But yeah, we're 44 drafts. Sorry, 43 after this BBM until we're max. So I really need to focus on getting this wrapped up before it fills or the season starts. So we'll see what kind of comes first. if for me, it's either Saquon or McCaffrey, Saquon or CMC. And that's kind of that. I have them both ranked over Justin Jefferson. So I'm just going to stick to my ranks. Jefferson goes. Do I take a Barkley share? I think I do. I think I just take a Barkley share. Still below the field. So let's get a Barkley share. If I don't take him at 6, where am I going to take him? I do have him ranked over Christian McCaffrey, so let's do that. Let's lean into the rankings and get some exposure leveling. I don't player take in the early rounds, but my one big first, second round player take is 25% Drake London, 0% BTJ. I'm right with you with Drake London, that's for sure. I'm 20% Drake London. I'd like to, get that maybe a little bit higher. BTJ, I think I'm at, wow, he just went, geez. I think I'm at about 7%, 6 or 7%, something like that, BTJ. So similar. I'm not super comfortable being 0% BTJ, but can't blame you. Like I have Drake London ranked over all of these guys. I said it on BBG's channel on his 12-hour. Like I have Drake London ranked ahead of Brian Thomas, Nico Collins, Puka, Amon-Ra. I have him ranked over all of them, all of these players. So very, 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 very high on Drake London this year. I'm sure you know if you've been drafting with me, 20%, obviously exceptionally high, and I'm happy about that. Same room, 2 streams. Who else is streaming right now? Who's the other streamer going? Is it Candyman? Who's the other? Or is it Nick? Is it Nick streaming right now? Or is it Hartman? Is Hartman streaming right now? I don't know who's streaming right now, but either way. Surveyor Lamo. Right beside Lolsimo. Interesting. Josh Jacobs, I don't mind that. I have Drake London ranked at 11. Took him at pick 11 in my last BBM. I think I have him at 10. So not far off. I think I have him higher, and it's wild that you have a higher exposure than me. But that's fine. I'm trying to get. Also, I have like the 6%, BTJ, so that makes sense. 19th overall, Derrick Henry. So Saquon, Derrick Henry, is this 2024? Should I not do this? I don't have them paired together. We're definitely doing it. That's definitely got it. That's got to be unique. That's for damn sure. So I'll take that. Who else is streaming right now? Someone let me know. Fill me in. Who is it? Is it Hartman or is it Nick? Who's the other streamer going right now? They're probably laughing that I got Derrick Henry at 19. That's pretty wild. I'll scoop that value every day of the week. I like the Jacobs pull up by this guy, Badgeless. I don't actually hate this at all. That's definitely a unique pairing, and I don't mind that at this stage of the game. Hartman streaming right now. Gotcha. Flock too. Cool. Just battle and Flock. Definitely not getting views off of that. That's fine. Brian Thomas and Jacobs, though, that's really, really interesting. Very unique. I don't hate it. This time of year, if you're maxing the tournament, which if you're drafting like that, I have to assume he's maxing. If you're taking Brian Thomas and Josh Jacobs, I have to assume that you're maxing this tournament. And I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. But Barkley and Henry gives that, that leads to me getting a unique pairing as well. So that's really fun. I like that. Wow, CeeDee Lamb and McConkey at the 2. Mike Evans gets pulled up. Interesting. D-Mac, I'm not sure who that is, but I like that start. I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. The way I probably don't do that though. Like the way I see it, like why would you take Higgins there? if you're taking Hampton. Like if you're going to take Higgins, you kind of have to take like Marvin Harrison Jr., McBride, Tyreek Hill. You kind of have to take one of those three guys. I feel like I could be, on an island on that one, but I kind of feel like you have to if you're going to take T. Higgins. If you're going to take Hampton, then take someone else completely. Take like Lamar Jackson, take a Josh Allen, take I don't know, whoever, right? We're gonna do Josh Allen here. I was saying number one, pairs with Barkley, and I don't have that pairing. I knew I didn't, so I really want to get that pairing. Barkley hasn't paired with Josh Allen either, but this, like, it's weird. It's weird, but it actually makes me really comfortable. Like, I know people are going to say this, you should feel uncomfortable. 0 wide receivers through the first 3 rounds, right? I get it. But I know I'm stopping at 2 quarterbacks, and I know I'm stopping at 5 running backs. So right off the hop, I'm a 2-5, probably 2-5-8-3. Almost certainly a 2-5-8-3 build. And knowing that after 3 rounds of drafting is pretty comfortable for me. So, and I get the pairing with Barkley and Allen, which I don't have for week 17 in my 104, 105, 106, something like that, 106 BBMs, whatever it is. I don't have that pairing. I don't have Josh Allen paired with Derrick Henry either, which is very unique. So my start is super, super unique. I'm really, really happy with how this is going so far. Watch out, Hartman is a QB sniper. That's all right. I don't think he's gonna. I'm good now. I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good now. Mike Evans is underrated. Yeah, I mean, that is a quality click right now, considering all the injuries. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty loaded up on Igbuka. I had been, like, I haven't picked him in a while because he's risen so much. Like, this was like 16, 17% at one point. I'm 13% now. Because he's just flown up the board, obviously. But I was drafting him like crazy in the 90s, 80s, even in the 70s. Now he's up to basically like the 50s. So pretty tough to get him right now, realistically. What do we have for pairings here? Let's just leave this up a little bit and see what we need to do here. On the clock, it's almost certainly George Pickens. It's absolutely George Pickens. Let's do that. I like that. I like that start. This is a fun start. This is a really fun start for me. I could see Pickens flying up to the 3-4 turn kind of by the end of it. I picked him right at ADP, so 43 is his ADP. For him to climb 6 spots, that's not crazy. That could definitely happen by the end of the draft season. So I could see that happening. Him ending at the 3-4 turn. Yeah, we'll see. I'm at about 12% Pickens right now, which feels really good, ahead of the field. So that feels fun. We'll have to keep an eye on what Hartman, Losimo, and Nick Bocklage are doing over here. Wow, Devontae Adams at 38. That feels pretty good. He's got that Atlanta Rams stack. Kittle's a great click right there. Gibbs, Taylor, McBride, and Kenny Walker. Personally, like, I think it's flipped. I think it's flipped. Putt Daddy's in here, like the RBQB start. Yeah, appreciate that, man. I think it's super unique, which is awesome. And it's really strong. Like we talked about last night on last night's show, Putt Daddy, right? Like through 3 rounds, we talked about, knowing what your structure is going to be as early as possible. I know through 3 rounds, I'm going to be a 2-5-8-3. I know that already. It's wonderful. It's really comfortable. It makes me feel really good about what I'm doing. Waddle would have been a fun click there. I'm going to pull up Igbuka. I don't have him with Pickens or Josh Allen. And that's kind of just where he's going now. I'm still, if you remember back in February when we first started streaming the big board, your boy Cody, your boy OTS over here had Emeka Egbuka as his number one wide receiver in his rankings. So with everything that's going on in Tampa Bay, with the Jalen McMillan, with Chris Godwin, and the age of Mike Evans, I still think Egbuka is a great click in the 5th round. I really do. It was between Egbuka and Ricky Pearsall right there. But yeah, I still think he has value there. I really do. I really, really do. It's very like Jamar Chase-esque, Jamar Chase-ish in his rookie year. So I'm just going to keep adding to the bags. If I had missed the boat, like with Krosky Merritt, I'm not drafting Krosky Merritt in the 10th fucking round. It's not happening. It is not happening. So if I had missed the boat on Egbuka and I had to start taking him, getting my shares in the 5th round, probably not doing that either, but maybe, I don't know, depends on how you feel about him. But I'm already like 14% on the guy, including this draft roughly. So I'm going to keep drafting him all the way up as long as I still think there's value, which I do. So I'm just going to keep drafting him all the way up kind of a thing. So yeah, there you go. Fits my bye weeks too, I guess, which is something to think about, I suppose. Not too worried about that at all, really, but wow, I would have smashed Ricky Pearsall right there. But we'll bring in Debo. That's fun. That's really fun. Pairs with Barkley and Pickens. Top of the board. Looked really good. Let's go Debo. It's a fun squad. This is a really fun squad. This is a really fun squad. What do I want to do? Do I want to level this out? You got to add Bill. I'm not drafting a single share of Krosky Merritt in definitely not in Best Ball Mania. I have 0% Krosky Merritt, and I'm not taking any of him at this price. It's not happening. It is not going to happen. So I think right now he's a fine like 14th round click max. That's how I feel about him. Max. There's just no way that I'm drafting him any higher. If 10th round Bill Krosky Merritt is what you need to win Best Ball Mania, I'm not winning. That's just what it is. I'm just not going to win, and I'm okay with that. So I am okay with that happening to me. So we'll see. I might be okay like leveling out this roster a little bit, because I feel like I'm really strong, actually. Honestly, everywhere. I feel like I'm strong everywhere so far. Obviously not tight end, but I don't have one. So is that what I want to do, is what I'm kind of getting at. Do I want to take a tight end and feel even better about that kind of a thing? Wow. I am going to take DeAndre Swift. I kind of want to add a few more shares, and I'm not going to, 10 picks past ADP. Give me DeAndre Swift. Let's go. That's pretty wild. It's kind of a wild fall to me. Whoops. I think DeAndre Swift has a ton of value right now. Almost a round after ADP. That makes me feel even better about stopping at 5. Obviously, I was stopping at 5 regardless, but that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. I have a few Krosky Merritt teams, but never took him later than 17th round. I can't chase him up the board either. Would have liked to have gotten more though. Yeah, I always say personally, like 14th round and later, it really doesn't matter. Do whatever the fuck you want. Pull guys up 20 picks. Who gives a shit? Get your guys. Do whatever you want past the 14th round. for sure past the 14th round. You could even argue the 12th round. Do whatever the hell you want, right? But 10th round, Jaworski Merritt, like it's not happening. I am not doing it. So I'm not chasing him up that far. If I could get some clicks, take some shots in the 15th round, sure. But it's just not happening in the 10th round. So who won earlier? What I missed? Candyman won. Candyman got the win. Shout out Candyman. I should have had it. The one that kills me is the Jacoby Myers question that I changed my answer in my head. I looked at it. I was like, man, that's Jacoby Myers right there. And then I said T. Higgins for God knows why. I don't know why I would change that in my head. I have no idea. And the correct answer was Jacoby Myers. So that's really depressing how that happened there. Nice. I was really hoping Coleman was going to fall to me. This draft is going extremely well. I feel really, 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 really good about this draft. Really, really good. I was going to take him at 78, but with the huge value with Swift, I'll just take him. And then he does fall to ADP. So that's a smash, an auto click right there. I really like the way this draft is going. Maybe I am streaming the $2 million winner. But Candyman won. Sad one. It was very, very close. I almost pulled the comeback of the century. It's worth a watch. It's an exciting watch. It looks like I'm getting my ass kicked for the majority of it, but right at the end there, I had a shot to win on the final question or tie, but it should have been the Jacoby Myers question really, really pisses me off. And the bye week question, I just didn't add the second digit back on. So that's just my stupid head doing stupid math and not taking a few more seconds to just add the other digit back on. So that's on me. Do you vomit in your mouth a little when you said you're drafting DeAndre Swift? Not at all, man. I think he's got massive amounts of value. Like unless even if Brian Robinson Jr. comes to the Bears some way through a trade or he gets cut and gets signed, I really think that DeAndre Swift has a ton of value. I really do. Like 250 carries, over 250 total touches the past 2 seasons. And realistically, like he's the only game in town. Like this is pretty consistent numbers out of DeAndre Swift the last 4 seasons. Right. So I heard rumors, and I'm not going to spread this like it's gospel and it's 100% true, but I heard rumors that it wasn't Ben Johnson that didn't like DeAndre Swift on the Lions, but it was the running back coach. And I can't remember who it was, but that was a rumor that was kind of out there. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, but that's definitely something that I heard. I'm just going to bring in Dak. Like there's not a lot of anything else here. Like, I guess I could go Kelsey, I suppose, but why? Loveland I could pull up, I guess. Yeah, that's maybe the correct click, but let's just be done at our 2 quarterbacks. Like this, in this range, it's just like, what else do I click besides quarterback? I'm not drafting Brian Robinson. I'm never drafting Joe Mixon. I don't really like Godwin at all, obviously with the injury. Kelsey, I've drafted 1 time. Like it's, Darnell Mooney's got the massive injury. Plus I have 16% still, and I haven't drafted him in God knows how long. So like Loveland, sure. But really it just, I don't know, feels pretty good to be done there. And then I have that matchup, Washington, Dallas in week 17. I'm not going to I do have a matchup with obviously Josh Allen, Coleman, and Barkley. I do have that matchup week 17 as well, but I don't know. Just feels good to get that out of the way. Maybe Loveland was the correct click there, but I don't know. I'm fine with that. We're obviously done at quarterback. We're not taking another quarterback. We're going to pick 2 more running backs, 3 tight ends, 8 wide receivers. This feels really good, but maybe tight end was the correct click there. Emo Cowboys in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate you popping in, hitting the chat. Appreciate that. Damn, I voted for you in the poll. Appreciate you, man. Not a lot of people did. Most people were voting on the Candyman side on that one, so that's all right. I appreciate you voting for me though. It was right there for the taking. I really should have. It should have been a better effort on my part. I probably should have won that, to be honest. Noted, like, Candyman won. Shout out to Candyman. All the respect of the world to him. I was, a lot of chirps, but it's obviously just jokes. It was in good fun, and yeah, I should have. I'm kind of sad about my showing. I kind of am. Myers to Higgins, blame it on the thinners, lightheaded. 100%. That was the big misstep. Like it really, I had Jacoby Myers in my head the whole time. I don't know why I changed it. It was really, really stupid of me, but it is what it is. Happens to the best of us. What are you going to do? Bateman, Kelsey's still there. Do I just take Travis Kelce? I don't want to. Like, I want to take David Njoku. I do want to get my numbers up on David Njoku, and he does pair with my Buffalo. DeAndre Swift as well. So let's take Njoku. I do want to get that 3.8% up. That's for sure. So let's do that. It was either like Njoku Kraft, maybe. I definitely like how this team is getting built out right now. But yeah, the Myers to Higgins, I don't know why I changed that in my head. It's so stupid. That's what really pisses me off. And yes, Deuce Staley, the running back coach for the Lions. I heard a rumor. I don't know for sure. I can't substantiate it, obviously. I don't know if it's true or not 100%, but it seems plausible that Deuce Staley just didn't like DeAndre Swift, and that was the reason he kind of got kicked out of town. And back with Ben Johnson, knows the offense. So, yeah, I like DeAndre Swift right now. Kelsey's a great pick if you hate winning money. It's just tough to click him, really. Like 9th round, Krosky Merritt. What the fuck are we doing? 99th overall. What the fuck are we doing with our lives? I just can't do it, man. I can't get behind it, but whatever. Yeah, the Kelsey click is just tough. It's just a tough one for me to swallow. The correct click is probably Kincaid here. So let's do that. Let's just do it. I don't need a running back. These, like, Scadaboo's a fun click right here for sure, but I just don't need it at all. I don't necessarily need Kincaid either, but it feels good. At some point, Ayuk becomes an okay click. 139, 12th round. Could be ready for week 6, they're saying. On an 8 wide receiver team, I could even stop at 2 tight ends, maybe. We'll see. Nick takes Brandon Ayuk with his Purdy and Kittle. That makes sense. Good on him. Get some nice value there. I would have taken him here at 139. I don't have a lot of Ayuk in my life, but I would have taken him at 139 here because I think it does make some sense there for sure. Makes a lot of sense there. Yeah, this is a fun squad. Tootin would have been on the menu. It's tough to click wide receivers in this range. It's tough to click wide receivers in this range. You can definitely pull a guy up. Damn, Benson was going to be the click. Okay, then I'll definitely pull up. Let's see on the... Oh, it's Kyle Williams. Okay. On the New England wide receivers, who I have paired with Josh Allen the least, and it's Kyle Williams. So let's do Kyle Williams. I actually, in a vacuum, I like the DeMario Pop Douglas click more for sure, and they are flipping, which is fine. And I have 17% Pop Douglas, 25% Kyle Williams, my guy. But I just want to make sure I level that out with my, the exposure that I'm going after, which is, Josh Allen here. So obviously he's a bring back. That's why, makes sense. So there we go. It's a fun little squad. I think this is a fun team. Potential shipper, I think. I really like this squad. This is really fun. Especially with an 8 wide receiver room with Kyle Williams. I could even be 9 with these two, but I will probably take a third tight end, but we'll see how this kind of levels out. High T start. I like it. Yeah, you bet, man. You bet. This is a really fun start. Like super unique with Barkley, Henry, Allen. Super unique start. Even the Igbuka in there definitely gets unique. Big drop on DeAndre Swift. Yeah, I think this is a really fun team. Really fun team. Kelsey is a great pick in my fantasy celebrity boyfriend league. Yeah, nice. Wow, maybe I just take Pop Douglas anyways? No. Do I? I don't think so. Man, does Mixon become a click at some point? Geez, this room is really daring me to take Joe Mixon. But they just know I hate his fucking guts. So I'm going to take Brenton Strange. And that's a really strong tight end room. Really strong tight end room. Really, really, really strong tight end room, in my opinion. Obviously done at tight end. Obviously done at quarterback. 2 more running backs and 3 more wide receivers. This is a fun team. I just think there's tons of value for what I will need on this team. I think there's tons of value later in the draft after all this kind of riffraff goes. So like down essentially, I mean, it sucks that McMillan's injured now because he was definitely a smash down here. But, Pat Bryant gets a bump up now with the Vele trade, right? Diami Brown, though I'm not taking him with Strange. A lot of these running backs, there's Woody Marks there. Ollie Gordon's a good click. Shipley, although I'm not taking him with Barkley, obviously. I'm good on Wright. I'm 16%. That's a little bit higher than I'd like anyways. Dowdle's there. Even Jerome Ford, if you still like him. I think I'm good on my exposure on Jerome Ford for now. So we'll see where it goes. But and then even further down, scrolling down to Slaw, Coker, Iomanor, Adonai Mitchell, Monungai's there. Noel's still an okay click. I'm only at 5%, so I don't mind getting a few more shares there. DJ Giddens is my highest drafted running back. Yoshi Voss, I'm almost 20%. He's a good click. Again, Troy Franklin gets a bump up with the Vele news, right? So I think there's a lot of value down below where other people may not agree, which is fine. Where did Mixon finally go? Geez, 154. How the mighty have fallen. I just am never clicking Joe Mixon. I'm just not. I am going to take Trey Harris here. 6%, 163. His ADP is 139. I realize he's falling down the board. Pairs with my Dallas, which is fun. And again, like I do want some rookies in this lineup when I'm taking 8 wide receivers, and I know I am. So Kyle Williams, Trey Harris, I don't mind that. And who else am I clicking right now, really? So I'm all right with that to take a massive ADP drop. And how far does he really fall? Realistically, I think right around here. He's still a second-round wide receiver. So, yeah. I'll take Trey Harris. Fits my team, too. So let's do that. The chat has equity on this team. It's a good team, I think. Yeah, this is a fun squad. This is a really fun squad. But sorry about it. We'll come back and we'll watch this if I end up shipping the Best Ball Mania for $2 million. We'll come back and watch this stream. That'll be fun. I hope that'd be really fun if somebody in the space, has a big win or a big sweat and we can watch the stream. That would be a fun time regardless. So yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun regardless. Pat Bryant goes. He was definitely on my list. Hartman takes him. Good click. I'm just going to pull up Ollie Gordon. I only have one click so far in this tournament. Like, it would be Najee with the huge, fall, but I already have Trey Harris. I don't need two Chargers. Really, I kind of wish I waited and just took Najee instead of Trey Harris at this spot, but it's just like, yeah, who you taking? I don't know if Surveyor Salamo is watching, but I was definitely looking at Giddens as my last running back, so good on him. Pairs with his Jacksonville, I guess. Double Indy bring back, okay. Definitely a guy I was looking at, though. Steve's popping in. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you popping in. It's going well. Little hurt, still licking my wounds from the Jeopardy episode, but we're drafting, so we're doing all right. We're having fun. This Kroski hype has gone too far. I just got Robinson 39 past ADP. I don't see how they can even trade him. I don't think so either. Like I said on yesterday's show, like, it just doesn't make sense for anyone to trade for him unless they pick up like 2 million of the 3 million on his contract, and it's like a 6-7 pick swap, maybe, but they're going to have to pick up some of the contract. So I don't know if anybody trades for him either. So we'll see. 2583, one of my favorite rosters. Me too, man. Me too. It's one of my highest. 2682 and 2583 are probably my two highest structures in Best Ball Mania. All their stuff I'm not too worried about, but Best Ball Mania, those are my two highest structures for sure. So feels good. Damn, Mixon at 150 would have been nuts. This Mixon team makes sense. Even if he lands on your pup, your RB was strong enough to handle early season zeros. I agree. I just hate him. I just have no interest in drafting Joe Mixon. I think he could be a zero all season potentially. That's my big concern. Like, that's my biggest concern, is that he's just an absolute dud all season. Man, I don't really want to take another rookie on this team. I don't want another rookie wide receiver on this team. And I'm taking two more. I'm going to take Troy Franklin. He's just that spike week guy. And it could be Troy Franklin over Bryant. It's hard to say. But I really like Troy Franklin. I really do. And I want to get my shares up. So let's take Troy Franklin. Let's pull him up. I'm fine to do that. But yeah, Joe Mixon could be a zero all season, to be honest with you. I just don't like him at all. I don't want to draft him. I don't want anything to do with Joe Mixon, especially in Best Ball Mania. If this was another tournament, obviously I would have probably clicked him there. But in Best Ball Mania, I just want to be sure that I'm honed in on my exposures. I don't have these onesie guys. Like, why do I need one share of Joe Mixon? I don't, right? So it just doesn't make sense. What's more elusive, Javonte Williams or an oak tree? I mean, have you seen Lord of the Rings, right? Those trees move pretty good compared to Javonte Williams. I love the 5 RB teams as it gives me an extra click at wide receiver, tight end. Fully agree if it makes sense. Like when I start Derrick Henry and Barkley, yeah. And then I get value on Swift. Yeah. Give me 5 running backs for sure. I'm going to do I'm going to do Andre Yoshivas on this team. I think it makes a lot of sense on this team. Or Adonai Mitchell. Do I do Adonai Mitchell instead? Let's do Adonai Mitchell. I just don't want a rookie. Second-year player is fine. Second-year player. I just don't want another rookie when I have Kyle Williams and Trey Harris. Maybe one more would have been fine. But I think Adonai Mitchell over Alec Pierce right now is a pretty hard take for me with Daniel Jones as the starter. And considering, Steichen came out and said, like, he's our starter for the year, unless there's an injury, which is possible. And that might change with play. I get that. But I'm pretty confident that Daniel Jones will be starting for the most part. And I think that team is good enough to hang and bang in a lot of games. So I think he can stay the starter as long as he's healthy. And if Daniel Jones is the quarterback, give me Adonai Mitchell. Even not, like I pointed this out yesterday, like as far as just targets are concerned, 69 targets for Alec Pierce last year, 37 catches. Adonai Mitchell had 55 targets and in way less playing time. And yes, his catch rate was pretty low, but I don't know if you watched a lot of those, balls that were thrown to him because they were awful. Is that 18th round Najee? Holy shit, Lil Samo. That feels good. But yeah, they were uncatchable, the majority of those balls. So yeah, wide open and just completely uncatchable. It's going to be Blake Corum here. I want to get some exposure up, right? And I think it makes a lot of sense. Like I want to diversify from my Jarquez, my 11% Jarquez Hunter. I do want to catch up a little bit on Corum because he's looking really good in the preseason so far. So let's get some Corum in our lives here. I like this team. I like this team a fair bit. That was a hell of an episode. Yeah, that was exciting. That Jeopardy, the double Jeopardy at the end there made it really fun, and really I should have been closer. That Jacoby Myers question really chaps my ass, but that's all right. The bye week one too, that's on me. I don't disagree. His foot injury could prevent him from playing all this year. I don't plan on clicking him anymore either. Yeah, I have 0 shares, and there's no point in me taking a one-off random share of Joe Mixon. It's just not going to happen. Steve likes the Franklin pick. I think it's Franklin. I honestly think that Franklin is the reason. Like he has that rapport already with Bo Nix. So I think Franklin is the reason that Bailey became expendable. He's had some big plays in the playoff game, especially, and then had a big play in the preseason. Like he's a big play guy. He's a spike week guy. So give me more Troy Franklin. I'm really focused on getting it up on him right now. Only have like 2% so far, but we're taking more of them. Yeah, I'm about 3%, and now another click tonight. So I'm going to keep clicking him kind of as he rises, and I do expect him to rise with this Bailey news. So I'm gonna get up to. I'd like to get up to like 6% Troy Franklin. Really. That's where I'm at with Pat Bryant right now with 6%. So I'd probably like to be at 6%, both of them, to be honest. I'm 0% Sutton. So I'm just taking those secondary pieces is what I'm doing. I have a buddy who is an orthopedist who was at a conference in Houston last week with the team doctor for the Texans. Allegedly, the issue is a multiple bone break Liz Frank injury. Ouch. That is not good. That is a season ender and potentially career ender at this stage of his career and his life. That's bad. I have an orthopedist buddy who was at a conference in Houston. Wow. A-Rich Agent is pissed that the quarterback competition was only a competition in theory. DJ was going to be the guy all along. Yeah, I think that's bullshit. Like, I mean, I know the agent's pissed off, but like, I think that the team wanted Anthony Richardson to take the job. You drafted him 4th overall. You want him to win. You want him to be the starter. You want him to be better. There's a big difference between wanting and, the reality of the situation. So like that blitz, missed blitz pickup where he just got annihilated, like that just can't happen. Like at an NFL level, that's pretty elementary stuff. So if you're an NFL quarterback and you can't see that in the fucking preseason, good luck in the regular season. He's going to get killed out there. So yeah, Yeah, air was so bad for Mitchell, honestly, for Pierce, Pittman, and Downs as well. Yeah, he was horrible for everybody. Yeah, but I mean, Downs was pretty good with him. Downs was okay. Pierce was good actually with Richardson. I thought he was really good. Flacco and Richardson, big arm guys that are going to let it fly. That's why Pierce had such a good season. That's also why I'm off Pierce this year. I expected Daniel Jones to win that job all year, so I was not drafting Pierce. What am I at on him in BBM? 2.8%. 3 times I clicked Alec Pierce. Adonai Mitchell, 7.5%, right? I've clicked him, I don't know. What is that? 8 times. So, yeah, it's Adonai Mitchell for me over Pierce in a vacuum, just straight up is how I would do it. And that's how I am doing it the rest of the draft season. Another random piece of info for the 5 running back rosters, that 16 of the top 20 finishers had 5 RBs or less in BBM 5. Wow, that's cool. That's good news. That's good to know. I like that. I'm trying to stop at 5 whenever I can. It's just a matter of if I can. So I'm not doing a ton of like 7 running back builds either, but I do have some, like 2-7-7-2 is fun sometimes. Yeah, that's about the only time I'm drafting 7 running backs. But this is my favorite build by far. 2-5-8-3 is my favorite build by a long shot, especially just this year. This year, I think that this is a winning strategy. Potentially every year. I mean, look at the numbers from last year. So there you go. That makes me happy to see that. Pierce also was missed multiple times by A-Rich. He could have had 1,000 yards if Richardson was more accurate. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody, tack on a couple hundred more yards for everybody on that team if Richardson was more accurate, So, yeah, that's that was a tough one for the entire team realistically. So let's go over a couple teams here. We got 2-5-8-3 for me. Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, super, super strong. Too strong almost potentially, but super strong. I'm happy with that. We got Barkley, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, Ollie Gordon, and Blake Corum. I think that's just really fun. I like that. The top 3 are obviously my bread and butter. And then if Ollie Gordon can be that kind of goal line back and maybe the team implodes and he ends up being the starter, let's just hope. But Blake Corum, obviously the handcuff and backup to Kyron Williams. I think he's really just earned that trust. And through the preseason, like for me, it's now Blake Corum over Jarquez, where it was the other way around earlier in the draft season. So I'm going to get a little bit of Corum, headed down the stretch here. So this works for me. No overlapping bye weeks, which is fun in a 5 running back room. I could have and felt fine with it. That's not a problem. But it feels even better when you don't have to. So I like that room. Obviously, I'm banking on Henry and Barkley being healthy, but that's the bet I made when I picked them, with my 1st and 2nd round pick. George Pickens, Emeka Egbuka, Deebo Samuel, Keon Coleman, Kyle Williams, Trey Harris, Troy Franklin, and Adonai Mitchell. A little bit on the light side, obviously. It's like a little soft. I'm realistically, I'm banking on Keon Coleman, I feel like. I need these 3 to show up in my lineup most weeks, and then Coleman as well, in the flex or be one of those rotational in my top 4. Kyle Williams, Trey Harris are obviously those rookie shots that I'm taking, 2nd round pick, 3rd round pick. And then Troy Franklin gets a bump with the Vele news. Adonai Mitchell gets a bump with the Daniel Jones news. I have some correlation with Jacksonville there. So it works. It's pretty correlated as a team too. So I'm happy with that. David Njoku, Kincaid, and Strange. That's a very, very strong tight end room. No overlapping bye weeks. Very strong tight end room. Some correlation with Njoku with my my Buffalo stack. And then Bretton Strange with a couple of my wide receivers. That feels fun. I like this team a lot, actually. This is a really fun team. It's a really fun team. One of my kind of favorites, to be honest, that I've drafted. Let's take a look at Hartman's team. 3-4-9-2. That's a rare build. We got Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, and Aaron Rodgers. Pretty soft. That's going to be tough to advance, if I'm being honest, just right there. We'll see what the rest of the team looks like. This is a solid running back room. That's fun to stop at 4. I like that. Gibbs, Taylor, Walker, and Pollard. That's super strong. I'm fine to stop at 4 there too, to be honest. So well done there. McLaurin, Diggs, Higgins, Keenan Allen, Godwin, Dobbs, Thielen, Bryant, and Coker. Double stack Carolina. Thielen could be traded potentially, which is why he brought in Jatavian Sanders. Trey McBride with Kyler. No Pitt stacks, which is fine. It's just the advanced piece with Aaron Rodgers. Don't hate it. You needed three quarterbacks there, so I don't hate that. The tight end room is fine. I like that. Like the tight end room, like the running back room. And then this wide receiver room is pretty soft as well. I'll be honest, I think it's going to be tough for Hartman to advance out of this pod. I really do, but not a terrible team. Let's go with Losimo. 3-6-7-2. Pretty common build for me as well. Typically 2-6-7-3 is what I do, but let's see what he did here. Bo Nix, Stroud, and Tua. I'm all right with 3. That works. I think it's prudent to do 3 there. Christian McCaffrey, Cook, Aaron Jones, Judkins, Jalen Wright, and Najee in the 18th round is a solid click. I like this room a lot. That'll really, really work. Getting that massive value on Najee is fun, so that'll work. Tyreek, double stack with the Tua with Jalen Wright there as well. Travis Hunter, Chris Olave, Pittman, Kirk, Pop Douglas, and Quentin Johnston. Yeah, he just bit the bullet and took Najee. Brock Bowers and Schultz. It's fine with Brock Bowers. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I like my team to advance through this pod so far. I really do. But I do like this wide receiver room. I do like this wide receiver room a lot. Tight end room is fine just because of Bowers, obviously. Dalton Schultz is just kind of there. I like the running back room. Quarterbacks are fine. This is a solid squad. I don't not like it. This could be number 2. I like Losimo's team over Hartman's, if I'm being honest. But let's see what Nick Bocklage did here. Purdy, May, and Geno Smith. Let's see what happened here. The 2 bye week 14s, obviously, but this room will work. It's fine. 3-5-8-2 is what we did. Let's check his tight ends first. Kittle and Theo Johnson. Bring back on the Vegas, obviously. Double bring back with the Slayton there. Purdy, Kittle, and Ayuk with the Roma Dunze, Josh Downs. That's really fun. Ashton Genty, Warren, Tootin, Eckler, Garendo. I don't think Garendo is necessary on this team at all. Somebody else would have been fine. I don't mind the room, though. I definitely like the top 4. Drake London, Devontae Adams, Rashee Rice, Roma Dunze, Josh Downs, Ayuk, Slayton, Besh. I don't mind this team at all. It's definitely fun. 2 bye week 14s. At tight end. That's a tough sell. That's a tough sell for me when it's just Kittle and Theo Johnson. Like Kittle's going to have to be the tight end, one of the top 3 tight end. That's what Kittle's going to have to be for this team to be successful, which is very on the table, obviously. So very doable, but that's what's going to have to happen with this team. I like the top 4, like the quarterback room, but I'm not, yeah, I think Drake May might've been a misclick, if I'm being honest. I think Drake May was a misclick here. Hard to say, but not the worst team. I do like mine. I think I got a really good chance of advancing out of this pod. You kind of always do when you have this much strength at quarterback and running back. Like you always have a chance if you have solid quarterback and running back play. This is a super solid tight end room, and this wide receiver room is fine. It's more than fine in my opinion. But yeah. That's the stream. We're gonna end it quick again on the Fan Speak show earlier. I'm still kind of recovering from this leg thing. I got stuff to do. I got work to do before I go on a golf trip this weekend with the boys. Big golf tournament that we do every year. So I'm super excited about that. Wish me luck. I hope I pull out the trophy this year. Finally, I think I'm due, but we'll see. Golf game's a little bit in shambles with this leg thing. I haven't been able to play much. Literally 1 round in about 6 weeks. So wish me luck on that. But we're going to get out of here. We'll be back maybe Sunday night, if not Monday for sure. We'll be ripping a stream again, and we'll be drafting a BBM almost 100%. I got to get another 43 drafts in before it fills or the season starts, whichever comes first. So we'll be ripping BBMs to get finished up here. And like we always say on Off the Schneid, if you're afraid to be wrong, you'll never be right. Hopefully tonight we're right. We ship $2 million in Best Ball Mania. We'll see you guys soon. Have yourselves a great weekend.